Today we're going to be discussing the Addmi Events platform and how it can be used in different use cases. And today specifically we're going to be talking about how we create an event and how we view our attendees list. Now we're going to be talking specifically with this annual convention meeting. I'm going to jump right into it. Now at any point we can collect all the information from this event, our current purchases, the revenue that we got from this, the current attendees, people who have been checked in, and also the amount of page views we have. Scrolling down to the bottom, we can see exactly what tickets we have available and at what limit. We can see a sponsorship level 1 here, and it says 1 of 1. So this is more of an exclusive ticket. Once it's purchased, it's unavailable. So how do we go about creating this event? I'm going to go ahead and edit this event, and the first thing that we see is the basic information, either ticketed or RSVP. Then we can continue on with titling our event, adding a little bit of branding, imagery, and then of course a location and time for our event. Now the time can be automated so that it is a reoccurring event, either monthly, weekly, annually. You create it one time and then you have it set in stone for your future events. Moving into our details section. Details section is where we're going to add a little bit more of an engagement aspect to the event, such as a YouTube video. We can add in a YouTube video of our previous event. We can even categorize our event so that when people do view our event, they know exactly what it's going to entail. And then down at the bottom, further explanations with the descriptions tab. We can add a generalized description into this box, but add on to it by adding different kinds of sponsors. With the sponsors, we add in their web address and also their business name. But we also have the availability of doing a schedule or even a speakers list. A speakers list gives us the opportunity to add the speaker name, a little portrait photo of them, the company and occupation, and also a link to their web address. I'm going to go ahead and delete our speakers list since we didn't add one on there. Next, we would be moving into our ticketing. This is where we create multiple tiers and availabilities for our tickets. Up at the top, we have two options here, either ticket limits, where this is going to create a ticket limit for the entire event, regardless of the tickets that are being purchased. Or we can even delay the ticket sales for a specific date in the future. We can go ahead and create multiple different kinds of tickets. You can see I have general ticket 1, 15, early bird pricing of 10. So if people want to purchase the ticket ahead of time, they might get a little bit of a discount. We set those rules in place. And then we can continue into more advanced settings with these tickets, such as adding ticket specific descriptions. We can even limit the amount of tickets for this one specific ticket that are available. And then we can see here's our custom field choices. If needed, we can add in custom fields for our customers so that they have an option. You can see I have a meal choice. They have either the option of sandwich or pizza, and it is required for them when they purchase this ticket. Scrolling down, you can see I have a VIP ticket, but also a sponsorship level ticket. This is something that is a little bit more exclusive, as we saw at the beginning of this video, where once it's purchased, it's unavailable. We only have a limit of 1 here so that we can have our sponsors purchase tickets and then we can add them onto our sponsorship description. Ticket holder information. If this is needed, this is going to collect the ticket holder, not only the ticket purchaser's information from the start, but also the ticket holder. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, but you can see there are multiple different fields that we can collect from them, either their phone number, address, even their location if needed. Jumping into the options is where we're going to have different options as far as add-ons. If they get a free shirt, or even if they want to go ahead and create a new item to add on as far as an upsell. Here's our pricing for the events. Now the Addmi ticketing platform does carry a 2% convenience fee that can be passed on over to the customer. Also, we have the processing fee that can be passed over to the customer, which would make this platform completely free to the user. Now, if we weren't passing on the processing fee, of course, the only thing that this account owner would have to pay is just the processing fee for the tickets. Down at the bottom, we have the option to either create a public or even a private event. And then we also have the option to create a custom message so that when the customer finishes the transaction, they get a custom message from us. Now let's see what this looks like from the end user. Jumping, we can see here's our YouTube video that we added on here. So when they come into here, they see the first thing is a YouTube video, either of our past events or even our current promotion video. We have our annual convention meeting, the time, location, and then here's that description, general description here, and then a sponsor list. As you can see, at any point, if they want to get more information about who the sponsor is, they can click on this web address and it will land them on the sponsors page. But how do we go about purchasing tickets? We'll go purchase now, and then we have our ticket options. We have our general, VIP, and sponsorship level 1. I'm going to go ahead and just purchase a general admission ticket and continue. This is where we're going to collect the ticket purchaser information. First, last, and email. And then they have the option to enter in their card information. While we wait for that to load, awesome. Go ahead and enter in our card information and complete this transaction. Once the transaction is completed, the customer will be receiving an email with a QR code for their tickets. This QR code is what is going to be used to have our attendees checked in so that we can manage our attendees list. But at any point, we have the option to go back into our account and get that attendee information from our back-end dashboard. By clicking on our attendees list, we can see not only who the customer is, but what kind of ticket they purchased, and we can also at any point view their receipt and the transaction history so that we have better records. And if we had to manually enter in an attendee, we can add attendees list or even edit our attendees if they wanted to change their ticket or even add more attendees onto their ticket. They have that availability. Now, how do we check these people in? That's what I'd like to show you next. When we're ready to check our attendees in, we would simply open the Addmi Events app either on our iPhone or iPad. Once opening up the event, it will recognize your current event for today. And now you can see that we have the option to either search our tickets, we can scan tickets from that QR code, or at any point we can check our attendees, who has and hasn't been checked in, but also our specifics of who has been checked in. Now, the process of checking an attendee in is as simple as clicking the scan ticket and hovering over a QR code. Here's a QR code that a customer would receive, and we're going to go ahead and scan and capture this. You're going to see in real time that it will recognize who the attendee is, and we can check them in by clicking check in. Once they're checked in, we can go back to our attendees list and see that new attendee has checked in, and we can even uncheck them in if necessary, if this was an accident. Now, how do we restrict people from passing this QR code and just getting multiple different entries without purchasing them? Well, if we were to scan this QR code again, it's going to say who the customer is, and they're already checked in. So we avoid any instances where someone could pass on this QR code to their friends, family, and only pay for one ticket.